Hey sis, I'm so excited to bring you this special edition. And it's about the All Rise Live Global Summit. And I want to share with you a little bit of details about why are we doing another All Rise Live Global Summit. If you're new to the Rise with Diana podcast, I just want to be able to bring to you something that I know that you will love. Because here's the thing, I know that women love to get together, especially women who love to be on purpose, who love to be intentional. Well, it's the people that listen to the Rise with Diana podcast. We're seeking something deeper beyond our job description, beyond the four corners of our corporate office, or even of our own family. We know that we are destined to do something amazing. And we know that we are here on this earth for a very specific purpose at this very specific time. That's a really great way to be able to intro the All Rise Live Global Summit. This year's topic and theme for 2024 is called The Revival of Your Authentic Self. Speak your visions to power. Isn't that cool? I think it's really amazing. And I want to share with you some of the reasons why we are bringing the All Rise Live Global Summit to you in 2024. Now, if you're listening to this podcast and it's 2 years after that, we probably have had, or 5 or 6 or 20 years after that, we've had so many amazing conferences. But I do want to timestamp this because I want to share with you the why for 2024, but I want to kind of go back in time to 2023 and tell you the why. Well, the why for 2023 actually predates that date 20 years. You see, ladies, I have always known that I've been put on this earth to bring women together, to let women know that I see you. Not only do I see you, but I value the authenticity that you have, that there's no one like you, that you are unique, and that you have to know that there's something amazing about you that only God could give to you. That's why I was thinking about having something like the All Rise Live Global Summit at least 20 years before it even came into existence. And so, of course, I had to have the research catch up to my idea. And it did, ladies. And I'm going to take a moment to read to you some of the research, right? Because a lot of us are stats people. We want to know the data, we want to know the why, and we want to know all of the things before we even listen to people. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my glasses on and I'm going to read to you a little bit about what the McKinsey study said from 2022 and 2023 to summarize why we are bringing the All Rise Live Global Summit to you. Here it is: 27,000 employees and 270 senior HR leaders were surveyed. And it said that women are especially women of color, have remained underrepresented in the corporate pipeline across the corporate pipeline. Okay. There's this thing called the great breakup. This great breakup means that women, especially women in middle management and above, are leaving companies faster than they ever have before. And this trend is continuing from 2023 to 2024. And here's why. Despite 80% of the women who say they want to be promoted to the next level, they don't feel that at their current positions that they're going to be able to sustain that, not just because of the work, it's because of the needs that they have. We have needs. We've had these needs forever, but we're just now talking about it and making it evident. Another stat: 38% of mothers with young children say that without workplace flexibility, they would have had to leave their company or reduce their work hours. How many of you, if you chose to become a mom, felt that, right? I was in that whole 1998 was when I first had my son, and I was working a full-time corporate job. That meant that I was dropping my son off at 7:15 in the morning so that I could be to work at 8 and I wouldn't leave until 5. I didn't pick them up till 5:30, sometimes 5:45, sometimes 6 p.m., ladies, 11 hours. My child would be in daycare. So, and also, women experience microaggressions at significantly higher rates than men, and they're twice as likely to be mistaken for someone junior than them and hear comments about their emotional and state. She's so emotional. Last stat: women who experienced microaggressions struggle to feel psychologically safe and are more likely to mute their voices. This is the research from McKinsey. Now, what I want to say to you again is why the All Rise Live Global Summit. Here it is. We seek to spark a revival for all corporate women to rise to their authentic self, to embrace their self-worth, and to be bold and confident in it, advocating and speaking up for themselves and for the issues that impact inequities that they care about. You see, I want women to be champions within their organizations that, look at these issues in the corporate spaces and in their communities in ways that shifts narratives, that facilitates change and creates connection. This is the why for the All Rise Live Global Summit 2024. Now, I want to give you some logistics. The All Rise Live Global Summit will be held in Chicago, July 25th through the 26th at the Hilton Canopy. This is the host hotel, is the Hilton Canopy Central Loop in Chicago, Illinois. We will then have our conference site be at the place called The Convene, which is located on 311 Monroe Street in Chicago. Now, here's the beautiful part about it. A lot of you know, or you may know, that Chicago has such beautiful transit systems that come into the city, not only just by bus, but by air. But here's the beautiful thing. There's a train that actually comes into the city, right into Union Station, right next to the Willis Tower, which is right next where we will be. So the beauty of it all is that we will be right there. Now, some of you might be going, I'm excited. When is this going to be happening? So am I. I'm very excited. This is going to be happening, like I said, July 25th through the 26th. Tickets will be going on sale on April 1st. You listening to this podcast now, you might be like, oh, tickets are on sale. Yes, they are. Here's the thing. Regardless of what you do, you can go to allriselive.com and you can go ahead and either reserve your ticket, buy your ticket if the early bird ticket price is up. We want to see you there. Now, you will want to take time to read the entire page because we've got so much information for you to make that decision. Now, I want to share this one last thing with you because I don't want to take too much of your time, but here's what I do want you to know. This is considered professional development and personal development. How many of you listened to podcast number 11? Okay, if you didn't, then I want you to, once you get off here, I want you to go to Rise with Diana podcast number 11, and I want you to be able to listen to everything we talk about as it relates to personal and professional development. And then after you listen to that podcast, I want you to submit to your direct report that you want to come to the All Rise Live Global Summit. And you also want to have budget enough for you to continue after the All Rise Live Global Summit to go to our Rise Advocates Academy. Am I asking a lot? Yes. Am I asking for you to invest in you? Yes. Am I asking for your organization to invest in you too? Absolutely. You work hard. You do great work. And in order for us to be able to stay in our organizations, it's a two-way street. We need to invest in our organizations and they need to invest in us. And the best way to be able to do that is to be able to share the value that you bring in your organization. We have so many podcasts that you can listen to be able to get yourself positioned to be able to say what it is that you need to be able to say on your job. And we're hope that you will be able to say that you want to attend the All Rise Live Global Summit, where it's called the Revival of Your Authentic Self to Speak Your Visions to Power. So we're going to close, but I want to share that with you. Go to allriselive.com to be able to get your tickets and get yourself prepared to come to Chicago, July 25th through the 26th, 2024. We'll see you then, sis. Thank you so much.